Hey guys, Terry here with the Forest Farm Project. Today I want to show you a drag that we made out of a bunch of junk we had laying around the house to help level this area right here, and we've got a lot of places around the property that we want to level. There's roots and rocks and everything left behind from when we were running a skid steer in here. We took out little trees. There was big old ruts all down through here, so it was a big mess. And we drug this for about 2 hours, and it's pretty level. I think we could plant in this. But we're going to do a little more dragging yet. But anyway, I want to show you stuff we get out of this thing. It's like roots and rocks, you know, from all the clearing out. So anyway, this thing actually did a pretty good job. We weren't sure if it'd work or not. We were going to build one like they do with a chain link fence, and they'll have boards on it and maybe some screws sticking through, and try and drag it and put some bricks on top of it or blocks or something for weight. And we just kept looking at a chain link, and it just didn't seem like it was going to do. We're just pulling it with a garden tractor, so we didn't want something big and heavy, and it can't dig too deep. But we did want to try and level this thing ourselves and not have to pay somebody to come in here. We don't have a big tractor yet. So anyway, we gathered some things we had around the shop. One was these pieces of unistrut, which are used for electrical work. And we had these bolts here. We bolted this unistrut on here. These are U-butt brackets that you use in electrical construction, installing conduit and whatnot, and they're like a U-bolt. We just stuck them through the holes on the brackets. You can come up here and get a video of this, Brian. We just stuck them through these holes on these brackets, and these are the clamps that would normally be turned around, and that would go over the pipe, and it would clamp to the pipe. But we turned them over, and this was Brian's idea. He said, why don't you turn them things that way? That way this digs into there as well, and that way if these bolts get bent, which they're going to eventually, they lay against this, it won't be a big deal. We're not really worried about it. So anyway, we bolted these things on here. Screwed this to these 6x6s, which give us some good heft. And we had them, these were scrap things off a construction job we were on. They were going to dump in the dumpster. These 6x6s were, so we picked them up, and I said we might use them around, put around an air conditioner, who knows, something around wherever there's a washout or something. You might want a little retaining wall or something. And then this piece of chain we had laying around the shop. I don't even know where we got that. And a piece of our rope that we cut off of one of our tree ropes that had gotten eventually wore out and run short. And the rope's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's holding up. An old carabiner. We clip it onto the lawnmower. It works great. And if you know, it drags and just digs into the dirt. And obviously you get going with a tractor and it's bouncing along. It digs pretty deep. And then we leave it hooked on the tractor, and if we want to move it, but not drag, and we want to go down the driveway or across the yard or something, turn it over, and it drags just fine, real easy, without tearing anything up. So that's our cheap little drag, and it seems to get the job done. So if you're in need of an implement, you can see we built this out of junk we had laying around the house. You may not have unistrut. It's actually pretty expensive. Probably foolish to use this for this purpose. It's been laying around our shop for a few years now. If we need any for a construction job, we'll buy more. It's getting this job done, and it saved us having to go out and buy an implement to do this job. You might use a piece of angle iron if you have it laying around the house, a bed frame that you're throwing out, that bed rail, that angle iron, I would never throw that away. You can always find a use for a piece of angle iron, and it's not cheap. Go to the Lowe's or Home Depot or somewhere and look at the cost. It's not cheap at all. So you could take a piece of that and do a similar thing as this, bolt it to the bottom of two 6x6s or 4x4s, whatever you got, and you might have to add a little bit of weight if there's not enough weight there, but you can get the job done. You could drill holes in it and run bolts through it, you know, just a piece of angle iron. It wouldn't have to be anything really fancy, and you're gonna be able to save some money and level out some land. We appreciate you watching, and if you're interested in seeing more videos like this, if you could subscribe to our channel, like our Facebook page, comment on our videos, it helps us realize that people are interested in seeing these. This isn't anything fancy, it's kind of redneck, but it gets the job done and it saves a lot of money. This is one of many different things we're going to be doing on this farm to save money, and I could have spent a couple $100 or more on what we did out of junk laying around the house. Anybody could do stuff like this, and I hope maybe we inspired a few of you to do your own. So thanks for watching. Have a good day.